Okay, class, we're going to talk about week 4 now, okay? In week 4, you have 2 assignments. You have a discussion forum and you have an assignment, okay? Well, I want to talk about the assignment for the week first. So I'm going to click on that right now and let's look at it. Okay. So you are analyzing a research paper. And what we mean by a research paper, it's a special kind of academic paper. It's a study that researchers have conducted to find an answer to a question. Okay, so if researchers do a study on a specific kind of training in the ESL classroom or a specific kind of support in the ESL classroom, it means they've come up with a support. Their question is, does this support work in the ESL classroom? Okay, English as a second language. Does this support work in the ESL for kids in the regular classroom? And then they describe the kind of support it is, and then they take a classroom, they take subjects, human subjects, and they implement that support and they test it to see if it made a difference, right? And so that's a research. And if it's a qualitative research, then they're going to interview the kids or the teachers to see if it, did it work, did it not work? If it's quantitative, then they're going to have data and numbers to describe whether it worked or not. So they might have test results, they might have achievement results, they might have progression to the next grade level, right? So that's the quantitative, the data and statistics, and the qualitative is the narrative form or the story of what happened, what didn't happen. So you are looking for a research paper around your problem of practice, okay? Now, we've got all kinds of support in here on how to go through a research paper. And we've got, for example, this tutorial from the library, which is really great. And it kind of goes into—
As a student, you'll have to find and read scholarly articles.
Okay, so it shows you actually kind of the components of a scholarly of a research paper, and you're going to look at those components and you're not going to read them in order. So it's going to teach you how to read a research paper, okay? All right, so you're going to get that tutorial. We're also, there's an example of a research paper right here for you to look at. And then there's a breakdown of that this research. So the research is in higher education professionals looking at anti-immigration policy for undocumented students. All right. And so read that first and don't read it in, scan it. Don't kill yourself reading this paper. Okay. Just scan it. And then look at the analysis of that research. So I've created a breakdown of that paper. What is the purpose of the study? And this is what you're going to do. You're going to do something like this, okay? But a little more elaborate. We're looking for 3 pages, not 2. But, what is the study purpose? What is the research question? Who are the participants? What is the methodology? How did they conduct that research? What did they find out? And what are the implication and implications and recommendations? So you're going to write something similar to this analysis and discussion of a study. It's going to be a little bit more wordy because we're looking for a 3-page paper minimum, okay? And then finally, here's some tutorials on how to find research in the library. And this is a really great little tutorial, which is right here. And it's one I've created that shows you how to get to Sage journals and look for your specific topic in Sage journals. So it's 5 minutes, takes you through how to go find really high quality research in the library, okay? So week 4, the preparation is the most important, okay? And then you're gonna go find that article and then you're gonna write it up. And again, using that same example, and it's too bad it's not here, it should be here again. You're going to talk about the general problem, the goal or purpose of the study, who are the participants, what is the methodology, what are the findings, and again, go back to the prepare and look at this analysis and discussion of a study. And this is kind of what we're looking for in your paper when you write it up, okay? All right. Except in APA format. So you're not going to have red headers, please. You're going to do it all in APA format, okay? All right. So that is week 4. And again, that assignment is going to be about your problem of practice. Don't find any study. Your study needs to be about your problem of practice. Don't waste your time doing it on something else, okay? All right, let's go back to week 4 and let's go to the discussion board. So for the discussion board, we're talking about teaching and learning, and you're given some fun strategies for teaching and learning, okay? So you are welcome to use these strategies, and what you're going to do, you're given like 9 or 10 of these. Pick one that really is interesting to you. Something about social emotional learning or mathematics difficulties. There's a typo here, sorry. Ethnic studies, how to develop essential questions, unconscious bias, dealing with training for unconscious bias in the workplace. So again, it's not just K through 12, it's not college, it could be the workplace, human development, sports, anything, culturally responsive teaching, or group work online. How do you do group work online? You're only going to read the resources around the topic you pick. Pick one topic. And you're going to read those resources, and you're going to teach your peers about that strategy, that teaching and learning strategy, okay? So if I choose how to develop essential questions, I'm going to teach my peers how to develop essential questions, okay? You're teaching your peers in this discussion board, okay? Now, if you choose to go off and do your own problem of practice instead, I suggest you take a look at these and see how we've framed this board. You're not just going to do a quick one-off on, there's resources here so that you can teach it. So if you're going to teach about your problem of practice, you better find some serious resources about how to teach a particular strategy for your problem of practice. If it's ESL, then you're going to find a single curriculum, a single lesson, a single way that they like to teach, work with students in ESL, and you're going to say, this is one way that you can implement curriculum if you have ESL students in your classroom, okay? And you're going to teach someone how to do it, okay? So this is all about you as educators teaching each other and learning from each other about a strategy for an exciting new strategy for teaching a certain population, whether it be your own population for your problem practice or a population here as offered by the board. Again, you're only going to focus on one of these choices, okay? And make sure that somebody else hasn't done it already in the discussion board. So go check that discussion board and make sure that before you make your selection, that somebody else didn't get in there and do it before you, and you're going to have to pick something else. Okay, and that is week 4. If you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. Bye.